Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the February 2nd, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. But I say we need to be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Sorry, my mind was wandering there. Nonetheless, we're going to get that mind back in shape out there. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, well, I can tell you the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, well, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on 877-927-6648. We've got call-ahead seating, so those lines are open. You can also send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, and in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. 600 pointeroonies is what the Dow is up, trading out at 38.11. The S&P's up 66, 38.40. NASDAQ 100, 220 points, 13,467. The Russell's up 24 points. She's printing at 21.49. So, buckle, put your seatbelts on, folks. We're getting ready for a little bit of a rest in today's action. A rest in today's action? Come on, Steve-O. Let's keep this rally going. Well, if the rally's going to get going, it's got to take out these little TD 9-count patterns. We'll take a look at the NQ, one of the strong links out here. The Dow stronger today. But let's just take a look at the NQ right now. We'll take a look at all four of the equity future contracts if you'd like. Here's the daily time frame. It's not the daily that I'm interested in. We take a look at the 30-minute time frame. What you're going to see out here is bar number 9 formed. It's bar number 8 so far that's got the high as we came onto the air at 1 o'clock. So you've got a valid TD 9-count pattern. Now, that high could always take place on the current session that we're in between now and 1:30. Doesn't have to. But at this stage, what we're watching at first, we're watching the oscillator and change line. That is the green line. Price should at least pull back and test that level. It's not much of a move lower, 13,447 or 13,454. Nonetheless, what the heck did I do with my water? Okay. Nonetheless, if price closes below the oscillator and change line, that opens up the door right now for the top of the 30-minute profile, 13,370, or the breakout area, which is 13,329. So inside the NQ, again, intraday, I'm not saying go short the market, but I am sharing with you, just based upon the 30-minute time frame chart, that the market's ready for a little bit of a rest. And if price can hold these oscillator and change lines, well, that would be very bullish coming into the closeout here. Now, that's on the 30-minute time frame. Let's just go check out some of the other intraday time frames. What do we have? On the 60-minute time frame, we do not have a topping pattern. And so, therefore, if price closes above that TD9 count on the 30-minute, price very likely targeting 13,566.50. That's using the 60-minute time frame. The 2-hour time frame, we are in wave number 7. This bar that we're in currently completes at 2 p.m. And as long as price does not close above 13,458.75, You're at 13,453 right now. Then this pattern remains in effect, this pattern being a TD9 count top. So you'll have one in the 120, you'll have one in the 30. Let's go take a look at the 240 out here. The 240 minute, the 4-hour time frame right now is forming bar number 9 of a TD9 count. We can also see that its oscillator and change line recently changed colors. That's about 2 bars ago. So price and that line should catch up to each other. The 5-hour time frame chart out here, we do not have a top. So in the short term, the great thing is we've got these cool signals, and if you see price close above, the high is going to be 13,471.25. And we'll say anytime, assuming that we don't get a higher high between now and 1:30. So if you see price close above that level after 1:30 on a 30-minute base, not trade above, close above it at the end of a 30-minute segment, that's going to tell you about a strong momentum move to the upside. So that's the cool thing with regard to the NQ. What I also want to share with you, and I'm going to take this off my screen here and get this going. We'll go ahead and put the ES Mini in it. But at the same time that is updating its charts, I'm going to switch over. We're going to take a look at the equity future contracts out here. Because what we have new profiles that are attempting to form. And I do mean attempting to form. They have changed a couple of times during the morning session. In the case of the ES Mini, the top of its profile is 3862.25. The center of its profile is 3821. We're trading at 3832. This is suggestive to you and I that price should get up to the 3862. It too has a TD9 count top, so we'll take a look at that number. It's the high of the session so far, so that's pretty easy to give to you. That's going to be 3835.75. So much like the NQ, if after 130 and on a close, on a 30-minute basis, there is a close above 3835.75, the ES Mini should go ahead and complete that target of getting up to the top of that profile at 3862. Now, it is a profile that's attempting to form. So I won't know for sure, and for sure means 6:01 this evening, whether this is going to take hold or not. Nonetheless, we use the information that's available to us, and at 1:12 in the afternoon, that's the information available to us. The NASDAQ has not formed a new daily profile or weekly profile. They have the dailies on for the ES and the NQ. Price here, targeting the top of that daily profile at 13,512. The Russell 2000. The Dow Equity Future Contract is also attempting to form a new profile. Earlier today, it was a bullish structured profile. Then it went to a equally weighted profile, and now it's moved to a bearish structured profile. What does all that mean? That means that right now the YM has got resistance in the area, and it's a fairly decent area, 37.79 to 31.806. I know you'd like it to be narrower. I can't make it narrower. It is what it is. But 37.79, so price is approaching resistance inside the Dow, inside the ES, inside the NQ. Still has further to go, and inside the Russell 2000. Also a new profile forming, attempting to form. Resistance at 2159. You're at 2152 right now. Support at 2094. It's important to watch the top and bottom of those profiles for additional clues inside of the market. We'll come back to the ES Mini when we come back from this breakout here. And in the next couple of seconds, let's just simply go take a look at that spot volatility index. What you're going to want to also watch come today's session end is, does the spot volatility index close below 24.98? You're at 25.64. Does it have to close below 24.98? It does not. It can close wherever in the heck that it wants. But if it closes below 24.98, well, one thing that says is the ES Mini should go tag the top of that profile, 38.62. And if price closes over that, and you've got the spot volatility index below the 50-day exponential moving average, Friday was the bottom of the favorable seasonal cycle. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Albertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is up 580, S&P up 62 points. So before we went to the break, we were looking at that spot volatility index. And here we're paying attention to really a couple different things. First, you've got the spot volatility index 50-day exponential moving average. Again, priced at right now $24.99. You close below that. That gets you back into bullish mode out there. Now, you might say, what does that mean, bullish mode? Steve, well, I'm really referring to directionally out here. And this chart here shows you periods of time when the spot volatility index is above or below the 50-day exponential moving average. The top portion is the S&P 500, so that you can see its typical price behavior when that occurs out there. And that's why we're paying so close attention to that 50-day. The second thing that we're paying close attention to is what is the one-day rate of change. The one-day rate of change right now for the spot volatility index is below minus 10%. It's at minus 14.78. When you have rates of change either above plus 10% or below minus 10%, they provide us with important pieces of information. For example, when you have one-day rate of change that's greater than 10%, odds favor, you're going to see, at least in the equity future contract inside the ES Mini, some kind of bounce or bottom in the following session out here. Now, the chart that's at the top portion of my screen is just the S&P 500. You'll see the same kind of setup out there, and I have it here on the S&P versus the ES Mini, since most people don't really have access to the ES Mini. So I just simply put it on this chart, and you can match it up with your charts at home as well. So we're paying attention to that. A rate of change that is below minus 10% generates a green bar on my screen, or green arrow, and that is because that is typically an initiation move signal. an initiation to higher price. So that would also get us up to the top of that profile. So there's your 10 percenters, either above plus 10% or below minus 10%. Those are key levels for us to pay attention to. Now, that just leads us into the ES Mini. So as we said when we came on the air, and you got to love it here. And again, I am just the narrator of the charts. Stevie did not make the call that we are going to see some type of a lull moving sideways, some type of pullback. I was not the one making that call, just to be clear. This is coming from the charts. All you've asked me to do, and all you pay me for, I got to increase that pay, by the way. All you pay me for is to narrate the charts for you and just pay attention to those patterns. That way, I'm not providing you with any kind of, hey, I believe it's going to do this, I believe it's going to, my opinion. My opinion isn't worth anything. What's worth something is the opinion of the charts, and what are they communicating to you and I. So you and I use a very standard set of tools out here. It's applied to all time frames, and it assists us. So here's the ES Mini. We see the TD 9-count top. It's going to lead to one of three things out here. It's going to be a pullback, move sideways, or it's just simply going to be a hiccup and price is going to take out the high of the day, and that tells us about a strong initiation move to the upside. Now, there is on the 30-minute chart, it just formed, as we came on at 1 o'clock, a bearish structured profile. So if we see it close below the oscillator and change line and the center of the profile, which is about 38.27 out here on this 30-minute bar, that's going to suggest that price should be able to push its way all the way back to 38.07. That would be the bottom of its profile. But first, you've got to see it close below, not by a tick or two, a decent amount, below the oscillator and change line in the center of that bearish structured profile. So that's the ES Mini for its 30-minute time frame. Just the 30-minute time frame. What's the 60-minute time frame? Well, I don't know. Let's go see what it shows. It does not show any kind of a topping pattern out here. So let's go to the 2-hour time frame chart. 2-hour time frame chart. So the 2-hour time frame chart for the ES Mini has already negated its TD 9-count top, which was the bar following bar number 9. It's got number 1 on it. Price closed above that pattern during that last bar out there, and that says we have a strong move to the upside. So interesting. Two different signals, really. No two different signals at this stage. The ES Mini on a 30-minute just saying, hey, timeout. We see that. The 120-minute is saying, when the 30-minute is done doing its timeout thing, I still want to move higher. And that higher is 38.49. That is its message to you and I. Now, the oscillator and change line here has changed color. So over the coming sessions, we don't know how many sessions, price and that line are going to catch up to each other. So there is that piece of the pattern that is out there. On the 240-minute or 4-hour time frame, what we do have is a bar number 9 that is forming. Again, that can be a top. So we got topping signal here, topping signal in the 30. The 120 has said, I don't know what you guys are thinking about, but I want to continue to move north out there. And remember, the high of the TD 9-count pattern can be on the bar following bar number 9. So on the 240-minute time frame chart, and this bar is going to close at, on my system, 2 p.m. as well. So this would say you may not get the actual, on this time frame, the TD 9-count high until we come into the close. The 5-hour time frame, let's populate this, see what kind of signals we have out here. We don't have anything to suggest anything other than price wanting to move higher out here. So we've got let's move to the short-term time frame, 15-minute. Let's go ahead and populate this. What do we have? Price just simply trading with inside its profile, so back at support. So back to that 30-minute time frame. Watch this area we're trading in right now. If we see a decent move below 38.26, let's call it 38.25, that's going to set up a pullback to 38.07, but then we could see a big rally into the close out here. But let's just take things one step at a time. Let's go ahead and populate this with the Dow. The Dow has been the biggest winner out here today. Let's get up the March contract. This will take just a few moments here to populate, because it's got to go do all these calculations for all these different time frames out there, and that just takes a little bit of time. But now we're back to our 30-minute time frame. What we can see is a TD 9-count top here. Price still above support. Support on this pullback would be about 36.35. If price closed below 36.35, then what we're looking for is a move back to the 33.34 type area. That's the 30-minute time frame. 60-minute time frame, what do we have out here? Probably nothing. We don't, just like the other charts. The 120-minute time frame, what do we have? We've got a Same like the ES Mini. We've got a negated TD9 count top, suggestion to move up to 3864. Oscillator and change line also change color. So there's the meetup, there's the hookup of price in that line. So we kind of have two different competing patterns. One says, hey, I'm breaking out, and I want to head to 3864. I tend to believe that that's what the charts are communicating to us. But we do have an opposing viewpoint here, and therefore it's important for me to air that to you. Would we be surprised to see price net line test each other? No, it's going to happen. I just can't tell you when, and so that's as you pay attention to the short-term time frame charts first. The 4-hour time frame for the Dow Equity Future contract, it is in bar number 9 of a TD9 count, suggesting the price move up to 38.84. And then we have the 5-hour time frame chart. See if there's any kind of signal out here. No kind of signal of a top, but just a suggestion that price wants to move to 31.056. So how would I narrate these charts here? Look, the short term, the opening range, the 30-minute time frame charts for the ES, the NQ, and the YM. Each of us has said, hey, I'm slowing down, sideways move. Maybe I'll try to pull back. I got to see if I can get a quorum here. And that quorum will only be communicated to us as price deals with the oscillator unchanged line. Unless price closes below that, we just have this little sideways move, and that would suggest, based on the larger time frame charts, that price continues to move higher going into today's close. Folks, Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Now's at 566, S&P 62. Let's go out to Martinez, California, and speak with Brent. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing just great, Steve, and I hope you're doing well.
I am. Thank you so much. Although the weather here, and I'm about as far east and south as you can get from the San Francisco area where you are, the weather here is supposed to be warmer. And I think we're only about 5 degrees warmer than you. So strange weather, and I'm not used to it. So it is. And we've got like a wind chill factor out there, even at 1:30 in the afternoon. In any event, you called to talk about something other than weather, and so how can I help you?
I was noticing that Cardiff seems to be that trade is working. I talked to you about that the other day when it was putting those lows, and they don't always work, but that one seems to be acting decently. But I was calling about the TD9 count, and I have a specific question I'd like to pose to you, and I think I can do it in a way that's succinct enough that it will make sense.
Okay.
I don't think it necessarily would matter the time frame you're looking at. What I'm wanting to know is if the bar that you're counting and the bar 4 bars earlier have the exact same close, what does that do to the count?
Yeah, great question. It needs to be a close. So are we talking about, let's just make sure I get it straight too, TD9 count that's going higher or TD9 count lower?
In this particular case, it was going higher, and this is on the daily count where the bar actually happened to be bar 9 too, that it did it. It could be at any point in the count, but this one happened to be bar 9. And then the bar 4 bars earlier had the exact same close.
Yeah, so the way that I do it, Brent, I have it set up so that the close would have to be above the bar 4 bars earlier. So ties don't work.
Okay, so then that would be considered then like bar 1 or something, or then what would that do to the count?
It could be. Well, it wouldn't be bar 1 because it would still be equal to the bar 4 bars earlier, but the next bar might become bar number 1. Right?
Okay, I got you.
So that bar forming perhaps bar 8, 9, or any number, really. It doesn't really matter what it is. If it's equal to in price, now what I'll do is I'll go back and see if I can find anything in Tom DeMarc's book there. But my recollection is it's got to be a close above or a close below, depending on whether you're doing a TD9 count to the upside or to the downside. And I know that's how I have it programmed. Yeah,
that's not something that happens that often, especially on the daily count, and something down, more, like 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, it might happen more often, but on a weekly or a daily, I don't think it's that common, but it does happen from time to time.
Yes. So I know that's how I have it set up, and I do see it every now and then, like you're saying, and you do see it more often in the short-term time frame, and you'll certainly see it more often in the short-term time frame when you're trading the ES Mini, because you just have 4 ticks that you're dealing with there. So it's much easier as opposed to a stock that's going, every penny. So much easier to see that occur on the ES Mini than it is anywhere else that I've been able to find out there. So it does happen. But what I will also do, though, is I'll just see if I can find anything just to double check that.
Yeah, something that just came to mind, like it happened. It happened in the stock that I'm in the other day, and it has happened previously. I wasn't sure if you ever talked about it. I hadn't heard anybody ever pose the question, so I thought I'd at least ask the question and see what you thought about it.
So Cardiff Oncology, is that CRDF? Is that the ticker symbol?
It is, yeah.
CRDF. And so since you just had mentioned it, I'll throw that up on the screen out here. And so what it's doing right now today, Brent, dealing with the top of its daily profile at 1307. So you would sure like to see price close above that. If it does, it's the first signal of a change in trend. Doesn't have to do that today. You do have some increasing volume today versus yesterday, not necessarily what it's going into, but nonetheless, a close above the 13, give you the exact number here, 1307 would be what you're really looking for there for the daily time frame. I hope that helps you out.
Yeah. Would you mind looking at one other stock? I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but it's a stock I've traded in the past. This probably was back at, I would have guess it was the end of I have to look at the thing in either 2019 or 2018, I think it actually was. Whenever we had that whole deal with it was around Christmas time, it was the day after Christmas, the market made its low.
Yes.
And then when they raised the interest rates, that whole deal.
Yes.
And I start losing track of time at some point, but I have to go back and look. But anyways, the stock is Conformis. It's C as in cat, F as in Frank, M as in mother, S as in Sam.
CFSM. So let me get that going on both my screens. CFMS, yeah. MS, okay. CFMS.
Yes, Conformis is they make artificial, like knee and hip replacement.
Got it.
And they use 3D technology. And, yeah, it's something that I actually just was in this recently. I had traded in the past when I bought in at 60 cents and went up to about 450. Got out of it. Been waiting for the thing to come back down to a level I might want to try again. I did that not too long ago. Got in around 70 cents. Wrote it up to I didn't get right at the $1.49, but around $1.30. Did a 618 down here on this. If that's kind of what you saw, and if it would be worth maybe considering re-entering the thing around this level or at this point.
Okay. So one thing we know about this is that it has been consolidating sideways for one full year. In January of 2020, on a monthly basis, price closed back below the top of its monthly profile. And if we take a look at the action in January, price ran right in the top of the consolidation resistance zone, $1.37. So this has been consolidating between about 72 and $1.37. So what we do know here is you'd love to see it close above $1.37. Price right now is above the top of the daily profile. That daily profile formed below price, Brent. And so that is a bullish signal. So before I even go to take a look at the retracement, you've already done that. I think you said it was a 0.618 or 0.786, regardless. Whichever of those Fibonacci retracements that it was, that was still forming above the new profile that was forming. So I know that is a bullish signal. We're still going to go look at the charts, but just looking at that is a bullish signal. Price is above the top of the weekly profile out there. So for those time frames, things are suggesting that this is in a bullish mode. Back to the daily time frame, the oscillator and change line is green. So your retracement buy here, what you would be looking for is you would like to see price close above that oscillator and change line. Again, it doesn't have to do it today, but you want to see it get above that and close above it. Right now, that's printing at $1.19. If price is above a green oscillator on change line, it tells us of a rising price oscillator above zero, and that is a very bullish. It's a very bullish pattern, so to speak, out here. So $1.19 is going to be helpful. Let me just take a quick peek at the weekly out here, see if there's anything else. Nothing. Short-term time frame. So I tell you what, Brent, let's do this. Hold on through this breakout here, and we'll go over the 30-minute time frame chart because it said that the buy came in either late yesterday or earlier this morning. So this is Steve Rhodes with Brent in Martinez, California. We're taking a look at CFMS. We'll be right back.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the ticker symbol CFMS, Conformis Inc., with Brent in Martinez, California. And Brent asked a great question out here, and this applies to both Brent's question or maybe something that might apply to you, which is this. So Brent and I right now, we're looking at a daily time frame for CFMS. And Brent, I'm just using the low of this year, the low from January the 4th out here. So I'm going from that low at 64 cents up to the high at $1.49. To then get our Fibonacci retracement level. That's one way we can do it. And on the trading day of January 28th, that hit at about an exact 0.618 retracement. And your question was, is that enough? I'm paraphrasing your question, but basically, is that enough to give us a signal to go ahead and go to the long side? So what I like to do, Brent, is when on a larger time frame, like a daily, it's posing that question to me. Hey, this is a 0.618 retracement. Should I go ahead and take that trade? Likely, you will see some type of bottoming signal, especially as prices pulling back on the shorter-term time frame charts, and then look to also see if any key levels of resistance have failed. So in the case, does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't want to answer that for you. I want the charts to answer that question for you. And so we have the different time frames that I use for an individual stock are 15-minute, 30-minute, 65-minute, 130, and 195. And folks, the reason is that it's a 6-hour trading day, 390 minutes in the trading day. I want equally time bars out here so that we're always looking at apples and apples. Well, on a 30-minute time frame at about 12:30, back on January the 28th out there, I believe, as that 0.618 retracement was forming, this generated Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. So that was a beautiful thing. That then led it to a TD9 count top. Again, this is the 30-minute time frame. And what price did was it pulled back and it tested the TD9 breakout level at $1. Now, there's not a technician here at TFNN that I know of. There's no technician that would have chosen $1 as the breakout area. We all would have previously chosen the bottom that formed that Rhodes Momentum Indicator, that hammer candle from a couple bars earlier. But what price did was it came back and it tested and it held that breakout level. Now, so that's nice. Next, set up the second lower low out or higher low out here. It's now 1:44 in the afternoon. This is going to form bar number 7. And price is not taking out the prior swing point, which was resistance from that TD9 count. And that's up at the buck 17 level. So I'm going to suggest here that so it has given you the message. But because, we're already in bar number 7, I'm going to suggest one way to play this is to wait, be a little bit patient. It should get to another TD9 count it's likely this doesn't unfold until tomorrow. See if price pulls back, maybe into the buck 8 area. And maybe we're just talking about pennies here, so maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe just go ahead and jump in on this, and you don't worry about trying to really time this because maybe you're looking for a longer-term trade. The 65-minute, as price was pulling back into that 0.618 level, this had formed a TD9 count bottom. So the 30-minute Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, the 65-minute, a TD9 count bottom, which is what you like to see to answer that question. Hey, is that 0.618 a buyable level? I think the answer from those two time frames is yes. The 130-minute time frame, I don't have a bottoming signal, but what you like is price right now is above its oscillator and change line, and it's green, so that is bullish. And then we go to that 195-minute chart out here, and I don't have any kind of signal here to assist us. But, everything on the short-term time frame says, hey, Brent, that 0.618 retracement was a buyable level inside of CFMS. What questions does all of that pose for you?
Oh, that was fantastic, Steve. That was very thorough as always. And, that's what I was hoping that you would go through. You did it, in great fashion, and I appreciate it.
Okay, perfect.
I really appreciate your thoroughness, and that really breaks it down to each one of the different time frames, and it gives you. I think that's what we always try to give ourselves the best advantage for something to work, and the more that you can kind of break it down into, the way you did is going to be helpful, and you want to see as many positive or at least things that indicate you might be on the right path, and I think that's what you just did. So
yeah, exactly.
Appreciate
it. And what's interesting is that on the daily time frame, when that question is being posed to us, I don't care what pattern, folks, it is that you use out there, whether you're just doing retracements or whatever it might be, go to the shorter term time frames. Use your same tools. You should see those on something that's trying to form a bottom. You should see bottoming signals, and then you should see resistance levels fail. And I think if you do that, hey, you're not going to buy the bottom tick, but what you're looking for, I'm willing to pay for more information that the trade has a higher probability of success. So, Brent, as always, good to speak to you. Thanks for calling in. And I will go back and just see if there's anything else that I can find out just to make sure that I'm doing it right, too. But that's the TD9 count when you've got a tie in price.
Okay.
All righty.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve. I always appreciate you taking the time and effort that you do every time I call you. And just have a wonderful day. Have a great week. And I'm sure that we'll talk soon.
Sounds great. That was Brent in Martinez, California. So let's go take a look at a few things that are moving out here. I don't have any other questions that have come in. So let's go take a look at silver. Got to be some questions in silver, like what is it doing? Where is it going? And as we take a look at silver, we've got the March contract. That is still the active contract, and price has made its way all the way back to support. So I'm just going to go ahead and expand this chart out here so that you can see the profiles. And so silver is trading right at a very key level. And that key level is 26.60. We're at 26.63 right now. We've been lower than that. If silver closes below 26.60, that's telling us about a further retracement. Now, that further retracement may just be to a small rising trend line in the 25-30-ish area. There's another trend line in the 24-ish area. And then there's another trend line all the way back at about the 22 area. So in the case of silver, and here's what we can do. The question you should be asking yourself, you should say, Steve-O, you just did that great thing with Brent out here. And now you show me silver is pulling back into a bullish structured profile on the daily time frame. So isn't the question, what's going on in the short-term time frame? Is this maybe a buyable bottom in silver? Is it a possible counter-trend trade? What is it? Well, let's go look at those short-term time frame charts. What do we see in silver? On a 30-minute time frame, you've got a TD9 count that formed at 130. It's now 149. If price can close above resistance, that is the oscillator and change line. That is where we're trading right now. Let's just call it 26.69. If price can close above 26.69 by 2 o'clock, that is at least telling you about a rally that should take price up to 27.66 out there. Yeah, that's the short-term time frame. Let's look at a 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame is showing us Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom out here. If price goes above 26.71, that's saying that there should be some counter-trend rally inside of high-ho silver. On the hourly time frame out here, what do we have? We still have, I've got this being in wave number 7. That has extended itself, and prices come all the way back to a TD9 breakout level of 26.19. 2-hour time frame chart, I doubt we'll see anything, although I take that back. There's an A to B equals CD to the downside, and at 2 o'clock, this could be a hammer candle that would confirm that. So what silver is communicating to you and I is if that daily bottom of that bullish structure profile holds, you should expect to see at least a bounce. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. We're going to go take a look at Salesforce Innovation. CRM is the ticker symbol.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at Salesforce.com. CRM is a ticker symbol out here. Trying to confirm an A to B equals CD to the upside today. I don't know if it's going to have the volume, but it is taking out the swing point, the B point of that A to B equals CD. Suggestion to first move up to 238.90, 243.60 would be the 1.272 expansion of that. That's the A to B equals CD to the upside. What CRM did 2 weeks ago was it formed a Gartley buy pattern for its weekly time frame. Its weekly time frame forming a bull sash candle. That is the week that began January 18th. You can see it's A to B equals CD to the downside. Right now, price is taking on the resistance of the top of its weekly profile, 230.31. John, what you're looking for this week is a close above 230.31. As Salesforce Innovation was making a weekly by the D point, Gartley buy pattern, price was testing the top of its a monthly profile, a key level of support. So everything here looks like Salesforce Innovation wants to continue to move to the upside. On the daily time frame, what you have today is prices taking out a TD9 resistance level, 229.19. This is generating a change in trend signal. You can see this had a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom back about a couple of weeks ago. We've already covered the A to B equals CD, the Gartley buy pattern. On the weekly time frame, the resistance level here, John, was 238.99. That number is going to change slightly as price moves up or down, but figure about 239. Once price gets above that, that says, okay, I'm ready to continue. I'm past traffic, and I'm ready to continue higher. The monthly out here, it just simply looks bullish, even though it's bullish to neutral. It's got a wave number 7 top out there. It has a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but it's not been able to bust through support. We're going to stick with the bullish signal out here. So that's what's going on with Salesforce Innovation. Best of luck to you with that trade out there. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. And it looks like Larry may not be doing a show tomorrow, and I might fill in for him. So I'll either be on live at 9 o'clock or live at 1. But if I do the 9 o'clock, we'll just replay that hour at 1 p.m. So regardless, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. Have a terrific Tuesday, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.